Hey BookTube, it's Greg from Coffee/Books. I'm having my first cup of the day and I wanted to film a video on the book Talent by Juliet Lapidos. This book I found in like the new display section of the library, and I've been going through a phase where I just want to pick something up randomly and start reading it. I'm trying to get out of my shell, if you must. So this book turned out to be really great. There's only one caveat I have, but before I go into that, I just want to talk about the author because I've never heard of her. She's a senior editor at The Atlantic, which is a pretty famous monthly magazine here in the U.S. She has her BA in Comparative Lit from Yale and her Master's in English Lit from Cambridge University. I don't know if this is her first book. I know it's new in 2019, I think from January. So what it is about a young woman who is a PhD candidate in English literature at Collegiate University, which is in Connecticut, which we find out it's fictitious. Well, we don't find out, but I just know it's fictitious, and it's supposed to be Yale, basically, in a city called New Harbor, which is a play off New Haven. She's a doctoral candidate. She finished everything. She's struggling for years now writing her dissertation, aren't we all? And basically her advisor tells her, okay, you need to hurry up and finish and find something worth writing about, just because it's her 7th year and you have a time limit. She comes from a wealthy family. She lives in a fancy apartment by herself. She's basically supported by her inheritance. So she's not much of a go-getter. So what she does is one day she's at the grocery store. A woman behind her forgets her wallet, so she decides to pay it for her. The woman says, I'll pay you back. Not that she needs the $50. And then she's randomly walking through a neighborhood one day. I think it's Christmas Day, and she shows up at the lady's house and says, hey, where's my $50? And the lady was, kind of surprised. They get to talking. It turns out the woman is the niece of a famous writer who's deceased, whose name is Freddie Langley, who I do not know if that's a real writer or not, or it's fictitious. The way that Juliet portrays him, if it is fictitious, she did such a good job of setting up his storyline to make him sound like he was a real famous author. So basically she gets close to this woman, they have conversations, she gets interested in the writer. At first she's not interested because she thought he was kind of absurd, but she becomes more, I would say, enamored with him and focused on him. She does a lot of research, digging around. She finds out that her university's library owns 2 of his notebooks before he was suddenly killed, and the niece is in a court battle with the university to get those books for whatever reason, which we'll find out later is ulterior motives. And so basically the woman convinces Anna, who's the graduate student, to steal the notebooks for her from the library. And I will say that the one caveat I have about this book is that it's intertwined with chapters from, I guess, the notebook of Freddie Langley and then the storyline. So I would say for the first half of the book, I was skipping reading the chapters from his notebook because it was really just confusing me, and I wanted to stick with the actual narrative that Anna, the graduate student, was going through. So the first half of the book, I skipped those chapters, and then in the second half, I did read those chapters, and it was a lot better. So I don't know if it was just me. I don't like skipping around that much from one narrative to another, so maybe that's the problem. Problem is me. Shocking. So the end is kind of a twist. It wasn't what I was expecting, which made me like it more. And it also wasn't what I wanted, but still made me like it more. So I highly recommend this book. It was a good read. I think Juliet, her writing style is very descriptive, but also plain. I need to think of better words to describe this kind of stuff. But it's just really enjoyable to read. I highly recommend it. I'm going to actually look up to see if she wrote anything else in the meantime. So that is Talent, a novel by Juliet Lapidos. Let me know if you read this. I would love to hear your feedback on it in the comments below, or message me on Instagram. It's the easiest way to get in touch with me because, as you can see, I do not upload to YouTube as much as I should. Hopefully that'll change soon. So I hope you are enjoying the day wherever you are. Thanks for watching, and take care. Bye.